Hi guys! I want to tell a story about the most difficult problem that I have ever met. It happened about 4 years ago when I was in senior high school, precisely when I was in first grade. In the morning, I did activities as usual before going to school. I always got up late and then prepared something in a hurry. When I was preparing something to go to school, my mother was cooking in the kitchen. She always cooked in the morning as much as possible for her children, even though she was also a worker. I was amazed by her because she was busy, but she always prepared breakfast in the morning for me and for my twin. And suddenly, my mother screamed very loudly, and I was shocked when I knew that my mother was scalded with boiling water on her right hand and a half of her body. It was a big problem for me and also for my mother because after that incident, everything was so chaotic. As we know that the right hand is very vital, my mother could not to go to work and then could not do anything, do all activities as usual. At home, there are only me, my twin, and my mother. My father worked in Ambon and he left 1 week before the incident happened to my mother, so he cannot come back to home. So sad. Luckily, when that incident happened, my aunt came to my home after that incident happened. After she knew that my mother was scalded with boiling water, she immediately took my mother to the hospital. She also panicked. And then doctor advised to be hospitalized because the injury was in serious condition. But my mother refused because she just want to outpatient. And then the doctor agreed to my mother's request, and every morning the doctor comes to my home to take care of my mother. In contrast to a few days ago, which usually I always got up late and go to school in a hurry, now I have to get up very early, then prepare breakfast, prepare all my needs to go to school. I did activities without my mother's help because we know that my mother can do activities as usual. I was very sad when my mother not like as usual, who always cheerful, who always happy. I was very sad. And then after a few days, the wound got worse. So my mother's hand and body were swollen with liquid water. My mother said that the wound was very heavy. I suppose because it was filled with liquid water. And then after the doctor knew something happened to my mother, he took out the liquid, and then my mother said that when it was released, when the liquid water took out, it felt very painful. My mother's hand was bandaged every day and replaced with a new one. And my father suggested to buy herbal medicine in my city. It was from China because many people say that the medicine was very effective to recover the wound, and then I bought the medicine. I went to the store with 500,000 rupiah. Apparently, the medicine price was very expensive. The price was around 800,000 rupiah, so my money was not enough. And then I returned to home to get the money, and then I'm back to the store to buy the medicine, but unfortunately the shop was closed and I was disappointed. But the next day I returned to the store and I got the medicine. Actually, because that incident, I often cried alone when I remembered about my mother. But I did not show the sadness in front of my mother because I didn't want to make her sad. Day by day, week by week, month by month, the wound is getting better, but not completely recovered. And 6 months later, everything back to normal. My mother has recovered and she can do activities as usual. I'm very happy because of that. and I feel so grateful. I'm happy because my mother has recovered, and I'm so grateful because there is wisdom after that incident. I became able to cook, I am diligent, and I'm be independent. That's all about my story about the difficult problem that I have ever met. Everyone has their own problem, so never give up and keep spirit everyone. Bye bye.